How are you guys?
Good. How about you?
Good. I'm tired, but I'm good.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening.
You know, I try to be on Zoom as late as possible because the Zoom meeting is set up to record like automatically, right? So it does record automatically. So if, let's say, if I am like, 10 minutes, early, then it's gonna record, in the vacuum, right?
Mhm.
So that is the reason so we see each other only once a week. So it's been a long time, right? So meanwhile, I did set up, the practice quiz, and that was not a math thing. It was for you to be able to see how to submit a quiz.
Oh, I was looking for a test.
No, it was nothing math in it. It was just for people to see, to try once before the actual quiz, right? To try to set up how to set up a quiz. I mean, how to submit a quiz. So basically, and when I go to when I go here, I go to assignments, right? You see, you're gonna see with me, only 5 people submitted. Okay, which means only 5 people tried that. Try to submit that. So, but basically, what I was trying to show you is this. When you go to quizzes, you go into Bright Space, and you go to quizzes, right? You see, unfortunately, on the quizzes, there is an option to upload a free paper on a quiz, on the quiz itself, right? If there is, I don't know how to do that, right? I don't think there is. So that is why when you go to quiz is to see the quiz itself, because, that option is the only option in Brightspace to give you a timed quiz. If you give an assignment, you cannot time an assignment. You can do a start date, you can do, an end date, right? But you cannot give a time. You cannot say, okay, this assignment is for 50 minutes, okay? You see, you cannot time it when people start, but when you go to quiz, you can time it. So when you go to quiz right here, like I said, for instance, let's say you see this practice quiz right here, right? I show you what to see when you click on it. You click on it, and you're gonna see this file right here. You see, you're gonna see first, let me move this stuff right here. You're gonna see first, start quiz, right? Once you start the quiz, for instance, the one you're gonna do, the one that is posted right now after class, when you start the quiz, you will have like, let's say 30 minutes to do it, okay? Everybody, you start the quiz right here, and you're gonna see the PDF file, right?
Okay.
In this quiz, in this practice quiz, the PDF file has just instructions, okay? In the actual quiz, the PDF file will have 4 or 5 math questions, okay? Let's say when you hit this right here, you see what I wrote. This is what I wrote in it, okay? These are the instructions, basically how to do your quiz. Let's say, for instance, I say, I'm gonna take a paper. I'm gonna take a free paper right here. I write my name on it, Abdullahi Al. Okay. If it was like math questions, I would answer to the math questions, question number 1, question number 2, question number 3, question number 4, etc. Right? I write my answers on a loose paper like this, you see? And what I do after that, and you have 30 to 25 minutes to do it, right? What I do after that, I take a device, like, my cell phone right here, which has scanning apps. Nowadays you have a lot of scanning apps, and if you have an iPhone, there is even an option to scan your paper on iPhone, right? For instance, me, which app I am using for right now for quite some time. I'm using this app right here. You see everybody's scannable app. You see this blue one?
Yeah.
Like a
Scannable,
butterfly, scannable app. This app is,
scannable app.
yeah, it's free and it allows you to scan your paper to make it a PDF file. Okay?
Okay.
Scan your paper, you make it a PDF file, and you save it in your device. You know, if you plan to submit, you know, with your device, or you send it to yourself, if you plan to submit with your laptop, for instance, right? Okay, let's say you have a PDF file. Then what you do then? Unfortunately here, for the quiz, unfortunately, when I go to quiz, like I said, I don't have an option to put a file here. You see here, there is no option to put a file here, right? The only thing you can put here is to write something. Since there is no option to put a file, what I go, that is the reason I created.
That's
That is the
fine.
reason I created the assignment that is called, you go to assignment, that is called submit your quiz here, you see? That's the only reason I created this assignment, because in the quiz tab, you don't have an option to upload a file, okay? Since you don't have that option, that is the reason I created this one. You go to practice your quiz here, and then when you click on it, there is an option. Okay, me, I am a teacher, okay? When I click on it, I don't see what you see, okay? But when you click on it, there is an option to add a file. You see, these people did it, you see? These people did that, so from your class. So that is so now our quiz one, right after class, you're gonna see this quiz here.
Yeah, but
Right? Go ahead.
I don't see that. That when I go into assignments, there is nothing listed there for me to click on it to be able to print it out to send it to you. There's
Okay,
nothing
now when you
there.
go to assignment, you don't see no, you don't see no, when
No,
when you go
I'm
to
in here.
assignments, you don't see this too? You don't see submit your practice quiz, submit your,
I do see that it's highlighted in blue. I do see that.
okay. So the second one is not active yet. The first one, you click on it. When you click on the first one, what do you see?
When I click on it, it takes me to, it says submit your practice quiz here. It
Okay,
says show assignment information, but there's nothing else. Like,
okay,
what?
so no, okay, can you share your screen to everybody if it does not bother you? So,
How do I do that?
so there is, you see this button right here, share the screen. Somewhere in the Zoom, you don't have share screen, share my screen?
No, I don't see. Oh,
No?
share my screen. Okay.
It
share
should
my
say
screen.
share content.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
stop.
share, or share
Okay.
screen, yeah. So that is a good thing. So everybody will be able to see, okay, now you are sharing your screen. You see, right here, what does it say? Add a file. You see that? Add a file?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
this is
there's nothing to, what I'm saying is there's nothing to download onto your computer to be able to attach the file, or you haven't attached anything yet.
no. You don't see, okay, go back. Go back to your, you know, to your regular, you know, to your regular, okay.
So,
Click on quizzes, click on quiz, no, click on
okay,
quiz.
click on quiz. Okay.
Okay, that's the quiz right there.
Yep. Okay.
Go to practice quiz.
Okay. Click on practice quiz. Okay.
okay,
Scroll down. Everybody is looking?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, so scroll down. Do you see start the quiz?
No, I'm scrolled down. I can't go any further.
Okay, maybe so have you done it?
No, I haven't submitted anything.
No,
I
but
was in here looking.
you clicked on it once, right? You see completed right here.
Yes.
It says completed. Okay, that is the reason. If somebody never tried it, somebody who never tried it, can they share the screen, please? So we can explain that.
Do you want me to stop sharing?
Yeah, stop sharing. And somebody who never tried it, if you are on Brightspace right now, can you share your screen?
You said whoever haven't tried it?
Yeah. Who
Okay,
didn't try, no, who haven't tried it yet? Because if
Okay,
you
I'll
tried it,
do
then
it.
you have only one attempt. Okay.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
So stop sharing, Debbie, and then,
Wait, oops.
Catherine,
Yeah, I am.
try to share it.
Yeah, I'm clicking on the share screen. And then it says, oh God. Okay, share. Oh, wait, I don't think it's letting me.
Okay, hold on. Okay, go
Debbie
ahead.
might have to stop
Okay,
sharing hers.
Okay, Debbie, but try right now. Try right now. Since I
Okay.
okay, try right now to see.
Okay, is it? It's not letting me.
It's not
share.
sharing.
No.
Okay, Debbie, can you stop sharing?
So mine is paused.
Yeah, but you know, we still see your, or we still see your. Okay, let me do. Okay, let me say sharing right here. Okay, that's me right now. Okay, so go ahead, try Catherine then.
Okay. Oh, did it? Oops.
Try to share.
Okay, let me share it now to see if it lets me. Yeah, URV. Oh, I don't know. I don't know why it's not letting me.
It's not letting you?
No, that's weird. I don't understand why it's not, because I'm clicking on share screen and it's not, when I click on share, it's not letting me.
Okay. So maybe it's not maybe because, you know, because Debbie shared and they didn't stop. Maybe I'm the only one who's okay. So okay, I was trying to tell you, I was trying to show you the quiz for somebody who never tried it, but this was just a try. I mean, this was just for you to see the submit. When you get the quiz, you see where you get the question. Look here, this is quiz number 1, everybody, right? When I preview it, when I preview what I see right here, this is quiz number 1. Hold on, that is that me?
Yeah, that's you.
Yes, that is me right now. When I go here, quiz number 1, right? When I go here, when I preview it, what I see? I see this, you see? This is what you're gonna see when you click on quiz number 1 right after class, okay? It's gonna be available after class. Start the quiz. What you see a PDF file, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you click this PDF file, you're gonna see 5 questions, okay? Everybody?
Yes.
I don't want to click on it right now because then you're gonna see the questions.
Yeah.
Do it.
So we can see it.
If I click on it, you're gonna see the questions, right? So you see time limit 30 minutes here on the left side, time is 30 minutes. So you're gonna see the questions, 5 questions. You're gonna, if you have a printer, you can print it out. If you don't have a printer, it's okay. You take a loose paper, you write your answers on it, right? You name your answers, and then you scan those papers, right?
Only the answers, not the work done.
Yes, the answers, yeah. I mean, the questions are very short, but you can only write the answers, and you write the number of each question, right? Question number 1, you write the answer. Question number 2 is the answer, etc. Okay. After you do that, you scan your papers and you get a PDF file, right? When you get a PDF file in your device right here, now within the 30 minutes allocated time, right? You know, you have to do your work within the 30 minutes allocated time. When you're done, you exit the quiz right here because there is nothing to submit on the quiz. You go to assignments, right? And when you click on the assignments, it's going to give you where to, you know, what Debbie was showing. You know, it's going to give you add a file, right? But
Okay.
for somebody who never, you have only 1 attempt, okay? So you add a file and then you go to your computer where you have the file in and you put the file in, okay?
But
So
what if you,
yes.
what do you do with the quiz that's saying
Yes,
that's
good
the
question.
time still going?
Good question. The quiz, for instance, you know, just you entered at 5 o'clock. By 5:30, the quiz is supposed to be done. Of course, since there is nothing to submit onto the quiz, let it go. But you have to send me you have to put you have to put the submission on the assignment no more than 40 minutes after you open the quiz. Okay?
Okay.
Does it make sense? For instance, if you open the quiz at 5 o'clock, by 5:40, for those people who don't have like extended time, by 5:40 you have to submit your file, not on the quiz but on the assignments. But if somebody started their quiz at 5 o'clock and then I see the submission at 8 o'clock, what I do?
Okay. Okay. that makes
I give a 0, right? Because you took like 3 hours. Okay.
Okay, I'm a little bit confused because when I did it for a previous math class, it was kind of different. So you're telling me I have to use the work time, the time for me to solve my questions and answers, and use that time to turn it in?
No. You see, the quiz is a 30-minute quiz. If it was a face-to-face class, you will not have no more than 30 minutes, right? When I say 10 more minutes, 10 more minutes for the people to scan and to upload the paper, right? Because the quiz itself, you have like 5 questions, 30 minutes is more than enough.
Wait, so the quiz is, so when we do the quiz, do we have to do it right after class, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it's going to be available after class. Look, the quiz will be available September 14th at 9 p.m. But you have until Thursday, September 16th by noon to do it. This is like a take-home quiz. You have 1 day and a half to do it, okay?
Okay.
You have a day and a half to do the quiz. But once you click on it, no, you don't have to do it tonight. It's gonna be available tonight. But you have until Thursday.
Okay, so you haven't posted it yet. So that's why we're not able to see it, because I don't see a quiz.
No. It's going to be, you're going to see.
No, it is hosted. I can see it. I'm looking at it right now. I'm not on it.
It is not active yet. You may see it, but it's not active yet because it's going to be only active at what? You see? At 9 p.m. only, okay? Right now, it's not active yet. Even if you see it, you cannot click on it, okay? So is the quiz only 5 questions long? Yeah, it's like, if it was a face-to-face class, we would do it at the beginning of the class. We would do like 25 minutes, 30 minutes to do the quiz, maximum, okay? If it was face-to-face class. This is a quiz. You have like 4 or 5 questions, I think, 4 or 5, I don't remember exactly. 4 or 5, some of you might do it like within like maybe 5 minutes, the whole thing, okay? So once you do the whole quiz, now so if you are not able to submit on Brightspace, and you are really not able, you can, last resort, you can send it to me, to my email, but I really want everybody to submit it on Brightspace, okay? Now, if for some reasons you are not able to submit it on Brightspace, you can send it to my email no more than 40 minutes after you started the quiz, okay?
Okay.
So are we able, if we don't have the scannable app on our phone, are we able to like take a picture of our work and attach that file?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, exactly. Now, if for some reasons you were not really able to do that, last solution, really, last solution, you can send it to my email, but I will check the time, okay? The submission time, I will check them out. That's quiz number 1. You're gonna see it right after. All right, so now we're gonna continue on. The last time we saw the slope intercept form, right? Remember last time we saw that? How to find the slope intercept form, okay? So last time it's been a week, we said slope intercept form is y equals mx plus b, right? M is a slope and b is a y-intercept. M is a slope and b is a y-intercept, right? And if you remember last time we said how to find the equation. If I ask you this question before we proceed, find an equation of the line passing through the points 1, 5, and 3, 8, right?
Mhm.
Right here. This type of, for instance, this question right here. Okay, so we know to find the equation of the line, we need to find the slope and we need to find the y-intercept, right? We need to find the m and we need to find the b, okay?
Yeah.
So right here, do you see m here as given? Do you see m?
No.
No.
We don't see m, right? But can we find m?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, so find m, everybody. I'll let you like some seconds to do it.
Okay.
All right, it's been 20 seconds. How much is m? How much you got?
7.2.
You got
I got
2?
3.
I got 3 over.
I got 3/2.
3
I got
over 2,
over
right?
2.
Exactly. M is 3 over 2, right? So M is a slope. M is equal to
Oh,
8
yeah.
minus 5.
5.
So for those who didn't get that answer, can
2
you
minus 4.
And then 3 minus 1.
Yeah, is 8 minus 5
Oh, 8 minus 5. Yeah.
over 3 minus 1, right?
Mhm.
You see, the
Uh-huh.
rise divided by the run.
Mhm.
And 8 minus 5 is 3.
Mhm.
Got it.
And 3 minus 1 is 2, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now that we got the slope, we're going to update what we have. We're going to say y equal to what? M. This is m. M is 3 over 2x plus b. Do I know b yet?
No.
I don't know b yet. So I have to do something to find b. Go ahead. Remember last week, what we did to find b?
You have to do the equation.
So you have to use either one of the points. You have to use either one of the points to find b. It doesn't matter which point you're going to use. It doesn't matter. You use either one of them to find b. Okay. Which point you want to use? The 1,5 or the 3,8? Knowing that it doesn't matter.
The 3, 8.
3,8? Okay,
Mhm.
let's go with the 3,8, you know? So we say the 3 will represent what variable? The x or the y?
That's gonna be the X.
The x.
X, yeah.
The 8 will represent the
Y.
Why?
So you're going to take x and y, you're going to take 3,8 as x and y, and you're going to replace them in the equation.
Yes.
Okay, Gotcha.
See? So y is 8 equals 3 over 2 times x, which is 3, plus b. Now I have to appeal to my arithmetic skills, right? Okay, like you know, on the right side, when you multiply 3 over 2 by 3, what fraction you get?
6.
You get 6, 3 over 2 over 3. This one right here, how much you get? What fraction you get?
You get 6 over 3, 9 over 6.
9 over, not
6.
6,
9
but
over
2.
9
2.
over 2. Because
Oh,
when we multiply fractions, we multiply right across, right?
I'm sorry, I misunderstand you. I thought you said you wanted to know what the fraction was. I was giving it to you a 9 over 2. Sorry.
Yeah, it's 9 over 2, exactly. It's 9 over 2. So 3 over 1 here. And when you multiply 3 by 3 and 2 by 1, right? It's going to be 9 over 2. And then 8 equal to 9 over 2 plus b. Now, 9 over 2, if you are not comfortable with fractions, you can take it as 4.5, okay? 9 over 2 is 4, but it is not every fraction that you can replace with a decimal, right? We agree with that? You see, for instance, 9 over 2 is exactly 4.5, right? But can we replace 2 over 3 by a decimal number? 2 over 3 is not, we cannot
Well, it's
replace
like
it
a
with a decimal
remainder.
number because it's going
Like
to
a
be
remainder.
0.666666666 with no end to it. So you cannot replace 2 over 3 by 0.6, right? You have to leave it 2 over 3. But 9 over 2, if it does bother you, you can replace it with 4.5, right? So, but we're going to leave it like this because we are doing algebra. So 9 minus 9 over 2 minus 9 over 2 on both sides, right? We get b equal to 8 minus 9 over 2. Do you recall how to subtract fractions?
Don't you have
No.
to find a common denominator?
Thank you very much. So we have to view the 8 as 8 over what?
1.
Over 1. Now, when you see the two denominators, 1 and 2, what is the least common denominator?
4.
No, 4 is too much.
Too much?
2.
2.
2, exactly, the 2. Thank you. So we're going to multiply by 2 here. We're going to multiply by 2. It's going to be 16 over 2 minus 9 over 2, right? Which is 7 over 2. That is a B. Okay. So now that you got the B, now you have your equation is y equal 3 over 2x plus 7 over 2.
Oh, can we do another one of those?
Okay.
3 over.
So, I mean, look, the numbers, last time we did like some of them, so, but the numbers, whether we have fractions or we don't have fractions, the process is absolutely the same process. Now, can we avoid fractions when you do something like that? No, you know, every now and then you're gonna see fractions, right? Every now and then. So do we have always fractions? No, right? But can we avoid them? We cannot avoid them. You see, we have every now and then we have fractions. So this example was just to, because it's been a week, we haven't seen each other, just to remember what we did last week, right? So now we have to do something new material. We have to continue. So if I give you something like that, find the slope and the y-intercept.
That's what this problem is called.
The new one right here. So this is some type, this is always in this section right here, but it is a different type of questions. Now we're not asking what is the equation. Now we give you the equation and we ask you what is the slope, what is y-intercept, right? Okay, you see, we have the easy case and we have the harder case. What is the easy case, for instance? For instance, the first example right here, we say y equals 5x minus 8. That is the easy case. What is the slope?
5.
The 5.
The 5, right? Remember, every time you have y equal mx plus b, m is the slope, right?
Yes.
Everybody get that? The slope is 5, everybody,
Yeah.
right? The slope is 5. What is the y-intercept?
We don't know yet.
Now look, do this look like y equal mx plus b? Does it look like it? Do you have y by itself, basically?
Isn't
Yeah.
isn't it -8?
It's -8, right? We have y by itself, okay? Every time you have y by itself, the number next to x is the slope, and the number by itself is y-intercept, okay?
Ah,
But every
okay.
time you have the y by itself, only when you have the y by itself, right? Okay, only when you have the y by itself, okay?
Okay.
Can
Which
you
is the
say that
case here.
again?
When you have the y by itself, which is the case here, do I have something with the y here? I don't have nothing with the y. The y by is alone by itself. If the y is by itself, this number is a slope, and this number is a y-intercept,
Oh, okay.
because it is mx plus b, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this y-intercept is -8, or if you're doing my open math and they ask you to write it as a point, you write 0, -8, right? Because x is 0 for the y-intercept. Remember, the y-intercept is x is always 0, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, that's the easy case now. You see, so what is the harder case? The harder case is when you say what? When you say 12x plus 4y is equal to 5. You see, can somebody tell me what makes this case harder than the other one, the one we just did?
The y is not by itself.
Thank you very much. It's until the y is by itself, you cannot say what is the slope, what is y-intercept, right? You see, don't say, if I ask you what is the slope right now, don't say 12, okay?
Okay.
Because the 12, because the y is not by itself yet, okay? To answer to that, so you have to get y by itself, right? Get y by itself.
Okay.
Okay, now I leave it to you. You know, you have to do whatever, you know, you have to dig into your algebra skills, right? I know all of you know how to do that, right? To get y by itself. Everybody else has to move, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which term we're going to take care of first? Which term you have to move? Get rid of.
The 12x you have to move to the other side.
Exactly. Thank you very much. We have to move the 12x, right? And can you tell me what is the way to move the 12x?
You subtract it.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
subtract. Because when it is plus 12x, I have to do minus 12x, right?
Right.
If it was a minus, I have to do a plus, right?
Mhm.
So now I do minus 12x on both sides, right? You see, I do minus 12x, minus 12x. Now, of course, these two cancel each other, right? That was the goal. 4y is equal to, now the 5 and the minus 12x, do they mix? Do they become one term? Can they become one term? The 5 and the negative 12x, can they
No.
become one term? They cannot, right? Because they are not like terms, you see?
Mhm.
-7.
No, they cannot be that. Because they are not like terms. You see, the 5 is only 5, right? I don't see no x in it. And the 12x has an x in it, so they cannot mix. Okay?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
They cannot mix. They have to stay what they are, right? They
Mhm.
have to say is 5 minus 12x.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
Okay? Now, can somebody tell me what to do? The last step to get y by itself?
You would plus.
The 4 has to go. What is the way to make 4 go?
Divide.
Divide. Thank you very much. Because now
Because
the
it's
4 is
multiplied.
next. The 4 is adjacent to y, right? When it is
Mhm.
adjacent to y, you cannot just subtract, you have to divide, okay? Because the 4 is multiplied y, right? When it is multiplied, you have to divide to make it go away, okay?
Right, okay.
Mhm.
Question, how
Yes,
come
go
you
ahead.
wouldn't, this might sound silly, but how come you wouldn't have like divided the 12x? How come you would subtract it in that case?
Yeah, because the 12x here, the whole 12x has to go, right? I want to get this y alone. The
Okay.
whole 12x, there's no point of dividing by 12, there's no point. By the way, we don't divide by the variable, okay? We don't divide by a variable
Okay.
because dividing by a variable is a little bit more complicated. So what you do now, we divide by 4, right? Divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4. Okay? You divide everybody on earth by 4. So what you get y equal to 5 over 4. If you cannot simplify, you leave it as is, minus, how much is 12 divided by 4?
3x.
3x. Okay, now, do I have y by itself?
Yes.
What
So
is the
you-
number? What is the number multiplied by x?
That's the y-intercept.
I mean, the number by itself is the y-intercept, right?
Mhm.
The number next to x, what is the number next to x? Is -3, right?
Yeah.
That number is a slope. Okay? After
So-
you get y by itself, the number next to x is a slope.
Oh, right, you did say that at the beginning, okay.
It is not the number we write first, by the way. It is not the number we write first. It's the number next to x, okay? It doesn't matter what this number is. It doesn't matter in what order we wrote them, okay? That number next to x, so the slope here, m, is -3, okay? And what is the number by itself?
5/4.
5 over 4. That number represents what? The y?
Intercept.
Y-intercept is 5 over 4. Or 0.5 over 4, right? Okay, so all what we did is to solve a linear equation. You see, now we did 2 steps. If you find yourself that, okay, I have trouble repeating those 2 steps, I think you might need, some help to remember, the prior algebra stuff, okay? Because what we did here is to solve an equation. We try to get a variable by itself, right? Or what we did is to add something on both sides or subtract something on both sides, right? And then et cetera, et cetera. So if for some reasons, for instance, somebody say, okay, I don't understand how to do that or how to do that, I think you can come to my office hours and then maybe we're gonna solve some stuff, right? So now if I give you another one and I let you a couple of minutes to do it, same thing, same question, find slope and y-intercept. Matter of fact, I'm giving you 2 of them here. This is the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, the second one here is okay. In either cases, you have to get y by itself. You have to do whatever you think necessary to get y by itself in either cases. All right. I think, maybe by now some of you are finished. So who's gonna work with us over over the step for the first one? Who's gonna volunteer what they did?
I can
Go ahead.
try.
Go ahead, please,
Uh,
Randy.
2y subtract 7x equals 8. So I
Uh-huh.
did 2. I subtracted 2.
You subtracted 2.
Yeah,
The number,
right.
You subtract the number 2?
to 8. Yeah.
Okay, so what would be the reason for that? You're gonna get rid of the 2?
You're gonna,
To make the y it's by itself.
No, you see, okay, that is our goal. But if you do that this way, when you subtract 2, it doesn't make the 2 go away. You know, you have to divide by 2. You have to divide by 2, but we don't
Okay.
do it in a hurry. We have to wait. We don't divide first, right? Which term you have to move away?
So
you plus 7.
so you plus 7x on both sides.
Exactly. You see, the 7x here, this term, I want it moved.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay? And the way to do it is to do the opposite. It is negative 7x, you add 7x, right? That is the way to do it. Okay? Okay, so we add 7x on both sides. And what I said here previously is, you see, these 2 cancel each other, right?
Mhm.
We get 2y is equal to, and these 2, they don't mix up. They don't become a single number. We're gonna leave them this way. You see now, Randy, now you are ready to divide by 2. Okay, now you are ready to divide by 2. So, and if you want to get the y by itself, the only way to do it is to divide by 2. Okay, so we're going to divide by 2 everywhere, and everybody will be divided by 2 here, like this, right? Everybody see that? So now we get y is equal to, how much is h divided by 2?
4.
4 plus 7 over 2x.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have y by itself now? Okay.
Yeah.
Because we have y by itself. How much is the slope?
7/2.
7/2.
Exactly. The slope is the number next to the x. Is the number that is multiplied by x, right? So that is the slope. So the slope here is 7/2. And what is y-intercept?
4.
4, thank you. Or we can write it 0,4, right? Okay, so that's the first one. Look at the second one. Everybody is on the same side. Everybody, right? But again, what is my focus? My focus is to get y by itself, right?
Right.
We're gonna move the 10.
All right, so there is like 2 ways to go about it. I mean, there is one shorter way than the other one, but I'm going to take whatever one of you tells me to do, okay? There is like 2 ways to get y by itself. The one way, which is about 1 step, or no, 2 steps. The other will be about 3 steps, right? Okay, but you know, they're all the same ways, basically. Okay, can somebody tell me what they did first?
I subtracted 10 from each side.
Only 10 or 10x?
10x, sorry.
10x, like, you know, we subtract 10x, we subtract 10x, right?
So how does it become a minus? I think that's where I get confused.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, because what is the invisible sign that is next to 10x here at the beginning?
Positive.
We just don't put plus, right? But it is a plus right there, right?
Right.
What to do if you want to cancel a term? You always do the opposite, right?
Right.
That's the reason we did minus 10x.
Yeah, I get lost in my steps. Okay.
Because we never put the sign in front. When it is a plus sign, we don't put it, right?
Right.
Okay.
I did something different.
It is something different.
It is.
Yeah, I mean this one right here. So, you know, it's just when you read a book, you almost never see a plus 10 at the beginning. They almost dismiss the plus, right? Okay, so we get negative 3y minus 9 is equal to negative 10x. Now, which term we have to take care of now?
And then you add 9.
9.
Exactly, thank you. We have to add 9 on both sides, right?
Yeah.
We have to add 9, add 9. So it's going to give me negative 3y is equal to negative 10x plus 9. Now, at the very end, we have to divide by what number?
Negative 3. Y. Yeah, negative 3. Sorry.
Only negative 3, right? Thank you. Okay. We have to divide by negative 3 at the very end. We divide by negative 3. We divide by negative 3. We divide by negative 3, right?
Right.
So we get y equals negative. When you divide two negatives, what happened?
It's a positive.
You get a
Yeah,
positive.
positive, thank you. And then minus 3, right? You see? Now, what is the slope now?
The 10 over 3.
10.
Exactly. The slope is a number next to x, which is 10 over 3. And the y-intercept is a number by itself, which is negative 3.
Negative 3. Yep.
Or we can write 0, comma, negative 3. So
Okay.
this is some type of problems you can have on a test, you can have on a quiz, etc., right? So you see, at most we get 2 steps at most. Okay, so we did the longer version. Who can tell me for the second one, what could have been the shorter version of that? Who can tell me?
So I added 9.
You added 9. Okay, that's still, you know, when you add 9, you are moving 9 on the other side, right?
Right.
Okay, but it's still, you're still going to do the same steps. But imagine if we added 3y at the beginning on both sides, what would happen? The 3y will move on the right side, right?
Oh.
You see?
Oh, okay. I see it now. It would be easier that way.
Yeah, if this was like some sofa, some like very heavy sofas, if each term was a sofa to move, when you move 10x, you move one sofa, which is very heavy, you are tired. You move the 9, another sofa, very heavy, you are tired. But if you have just moved 3y on the other side, you have moved one sofa, you see? That would be a little bit shorter, but it's okay. It's gonna be the same answer at the end, right? Okay.
Right.
All right, so now, if you go now here, how to read the slope and the y-intercept from the graph. Okay, we're gonna try that, how to read the slope and the y-intercept from the graph. So let me pick up some graphs here. And so, you see, I have a couple of graphs right here. Let me pick up 2 of them, all of them right here. So in each one of them, we're going to read the slope and we're going to read the y-intercept, right? By the way, these are continuing, okay? You know, this should have stopped right here. They should have continued, right? Okay, from each graph, what is the slope? And what is the y-intercept? What is the slope? And what is the y-intercept? Okay, which one is easier to out of the two, the slope or the y-intercept? Which one is faster to read?
Y-intercept.
Y-intercept. You don't do no calculation at all, right? The y-intercept is where the graph intersects with the y-axis, right? That's it. We don't do no calculation at all. Look at right here. Where the graph, this is y-intercept right here. How much is that?
6.
0.
1, 2,
0.
3, 4, 5, right?
Yeah.
Oh, going up.
0, 5.
5.
It's 0.5, you see? Everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now comes the slope now. Now, when it comes to the slope, we have to see what is a rise, what is a run. If we select 2 points, 2 easy points, right? We have to select 2 good points. 2 points that you can read exactly. For instance, this point is a very good point, right?
Yep.
This point is a very good point, okay? Now, when you go from one point to another one, let's see what you do. How much we run, how much we rise, right? Okay. Now, you can opt to go left, right, up or down, right? Just see just what fits you to go to the other points. For instance, can we go this way?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
How many units we went this way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
5.
units, right? 5 minutes, 5 minutes to what direction? To the right or to the left?
To the
Left.
left.
To the left, so it's negative.
So it is -5, right? So the run is -5, right? Okay. And now we go to the run. Now we can go here, from here all the way to here. How much we run?
5.
5.
The
So
positive
Up,
5.
right? It is up, so it's 5. So what is the slope? The slope is the
5
run divided by the rise. I mean the rise divided by the run, I'm sorry, right? Which is the red 5 divided by the green 5, which is what? -1, okay?
Right.
Okay, now all of you take the second one, don't say it out loud. Everybody writes what they think is a slope, what they think is the y-intercept, and then we're gonna see the answers. Try that. All right. Can somebody tell me how much they got for the y-intercept, which is easier to read?
5, 0.
Is it 5?
I got
Why?
-5.
It is
Negative
-5,
5.
right? You see, if you write your answer as -5 or you write it as 0, -5, both the answers are good, okay?
I did 0, negative. Yeah. Okay.
You know, if you do my open math, it is sometimes capricious, right? Sometimes they want you to write the point, okay? If you have to write the point, you write the point. But me, if it is me, I'm grading. If you write -5, I take it. If you write 0, -5, I take it, right? Okay, that is the y-intercept. Now, how much is the slope now? How much you got? It should be a negative number. How much?
I had like 1.5.
-1.5. It should be a negative number. You got -1.5.
-2.
You got -2. I see 2 different numbers. What else you got?
-3/2.
-3/2. I see 2 different answers.
Oh,
You know, we cannot be all of us cannot be right. Okay. So it depends a lot on the points you chose here, because look at the line here. This line does not pass through good points a lot, right? This line does not pass through very, very good points a lot, okay? If you look at the good points, let's try to see them. This is a good point, right?
Oh, I didn't.
This is a good point, right? This is a good point. I think that's it, right? everybody else is not as good as we want to, okay? Now you have just to decide, you have just to pick 2 of them. You don't have to pick all of them, just 2 of them, and see how much you do right, left, up, down to get to the other one, right? Okay, let's say we are picking these 2 points. Let's say I'm picking this point right here. I'm picking this point right here. Okay, if I want to go from one point to other one, let's say I want to go from the point that is up to the point that is down. What I do? How much I go here?
2.
2.
2 to the right, which is 2. How much I go down now?
6.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 down, right? Which is negative 7.
7.
Okay. So how much is a rise? Negative 7. And the 2 is a run. So the slope will be negative 7 divided by 2.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I've got.
That's exactly. Negative 7 divided by 2, which is negative 3.5. Okay.
so okay, so I think I'm confused because when I see this line in the middle here, that represents 0, correct?
What?
Like the bold line, just the bold line, that represents the 0. I think that's why I got -1, I mean negative 1.5 because I did the middle.
Okay, you mean I mean that was, this is the original line. We picked these 2 points right here because these 2 points are good points. Okay.
Okay.
So what points did you pick? Did you pick the same points or some different points?
No, I just went straight to the middle, and I think that's why I was.
Okay. If you go straight to the middle right here, you can pick it, but this point is very hard to read, by the way.
Okay, right.
It's very hard to read. Okay. We have to pick 2 points that are easier to read.
Okay.
All right. So now we're gonna see how to graph a line. Graph a line of slope equal 3/2 passing through the point you know, 1, 2. Okay. That is, as you will see, that is not like, you know, this is like, you know, something very simple as you're gonna see it. Let's try to do this. This is my x-axis, right? And this is my y-axis, right? Okay, I'm gonna put the units, okay? You know, I'm gonna put some regular units, not big units, right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Etc. Etc. Okay, so first, I'm gonna plot my points. Everybody knows how to plot this point right here on the system. Everybody knows the point 1, 2.
Yeah.
1 X.
1 for X and 2 for Y, right?
X and Y.
Yes.
Exactly. So basically, from the origin, we go 1 right and we go 2 up, right?
Okay.
That is my point. Okay. Now from that point right here, we're gonna describe the slope. Because to plot a line, how many points do we need to plot a line?
2.
How many points? We need 2, right? I have one of it. I need another one. How I get another one? By doing the slope from this one. The slope says from this point right here, if I rise 3 units and I run 2 units, I will get another point. Doesn't matter which one you start to do. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you start rising and then you run, or if you start running and then you rise. Okay? From this point right here, if you do the rise and the run, what point you gonna get? Everybody try that. You rise 3. When you say rise 3, what direction you go? Up or down?
Up.
Up. And we say you run 2, what direction you go?
Left.
Right.
You run positive 2.
Yeah.
Positive 2 is right, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna do 3 up, 2 right. Or 2 rights, 3 up. It doesn't matter. You're gonna get another point, right? What point you get?
3 and 2.
5.
3 and 5. Thank you very much. So look, from here, okay, what you want to do first, the rise or the run? Doesn't matter which one you want to do first.
Rise.
Let's rise 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm here.
Okay.
Everybody see that? I rose 3, right? After I rose 3, what I do?
Run 2.
I run 2. 1, 2. You see? That is my next point right here. So, and this is my line. Right?
So you ran 2.
Yeah, I ran 2. After rising 3, I ran 2.
Gotcha.
Okay, so right here, I run 2, and then I just graph my thing, okay? All right, so I'm going to give you another one right here, everybody. How to graph. So graph. The line of slope -2/5 and y-intercept equal to 2. Or y-intercept equal equal 3. So you have them right here, I'm sorry. So, and then you do this. Right, you do this, so you got, now you do your units, and then you're gonna tell me how the line looks like. All right, go ahead. So the y-intercept is 3. Where I start at?
In the
Where
middle,
do I
on the
start
line.
at?
On the line.
What line? The vertical one or the horizontal one?
Vertical.
Vertical one, right? Everybody agree with that?
Yes.
The y-intercept is 3. So it is right here. This is my starting point. 1, 2, 3. I'm start here. And from that point, you're going to describe the slope. Remember, it is rise divided by run. The numerator is rise. The denominator is run. Okay? The numerator is rise. The denominator is run. All right. So here, the numerator, how much is the numerator here?
-2.
-2.
So this make us go up or down?
Down.
Down. And the positive 5 is positive, right? This
Yeah.
makes us go how, right or left?
Right.
Right. I'm gonna go down 2, right 5, right? So down 2, you see, down 2 is like this. 1, 2, I'm here, and then right 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'm here. So that is my second point.
I'm reading too much into it, I think.
So this is -2 here. This is down 2, and this is right 5, right? And we get something like that. That is a line. Okay. This is how we graph a line, knowing the slope and knowing the y-intercept. Remember, the slope is always the rise divided by the run. Okay, now, if I say the slope is, you know, if it was slope equal, like, you know, 3. Okay, do I see a fraction here? I don't see a fraction, right?
Right.
Does it mean we don't have no run?
No.
We don't have no run because we don't have a fraction. Or how can we write 3 as a fraction without changing anything?
3/1.
3/1. Exactly. Every time the denominator is missing, take it as 1, right?
Huh.
So that every time when the denominator is missing, take it as 1, right?
Okay.
So the rise will be 3 and the run will be 1, right? That is every time the denominator is missing. All right, so that was you know the section, and now you know the next section we have to do is how to find the slope point form, what we call the slope point form. Okay. We're gonna go to after we introduce this paragraph right here, we're gonna go to the break about, you know, a little break. The slope point form. This is 1.5, I think. Slope point form. This is a second form. Remember, y equal mx plus b is a slope intercept form. Now we have a second form of the equation. We have a second one. Every time we ask you to write an equation, you choose between the two of them, okay?
Yeah.
So if we say the line has a slope equal m, right? And passes through points. It passes through the point, 2 points right here, x1, y1, and x2, y2. No, I'm sorry. I'm passing through the point, only 1 point. We don't need 2. Passing through the point x1, y1, right? Every time you have this information right here, there is a form of the equation, then the equation is y minus y1 is equal to m x minus x1. Do somebody remember this form previously?
Yeah.
That is the second form, right? You see, the first form is y equal mx plus b. This one is y minus y1 equal to mx minus x1. So why is this case is more general than the other case? The slope-intercept form gives you the slope, but gives you the y-intercept, right? But this one right here, it is when the line is given by a point, any point on the slope. You see, it doesn't have to be the y-intercept. Okay, so this case here, this one here is more general. Now, in general here, what do we know? The m is known, you see?
The m is a slope.
Is a slope, no. The x1 is known. And the y1 is known. Okay?
We have to find y and x.
And the y and x are the variables. So for instance, if you know the formula, somebody asks you, find an equation of the line of slope equal to 3 passing through the point 1, 5. Look right here. Of course, we did something similar at the beginning of the class, right? At the very beginning, remember when we did that? But by then we use the slope-intercept form, right? Okay, now what we said here, we're gonna use our new formula. We're gonna practice our new formula, and you're gonna see which way is easier for you. The old way or this way? Okay, this way right here, if I know the formula, if it's in my head, I know the formula, right? The 3, in the formula, the 3 represent what variable in the formula?
Yeah.
What letter? The 3
M.
represents the m, right? Thank you. The 3 represents the m.
Right.
These two numbers, 1 and 5, they represent what? One
X.
represent x. You see, the one I said known, right? Known. The 1 represents the x1. And the 5 represents the y1, right? You see that? So if I know the formula, what I have to do if I know the formula?
Plug in the points.
Just plug in the numbers, that's it. The problem is if I don't know the formula, but if I know the formula, I just plug in the numbers, right? And I get my equation. You see that? So it's gonna be, what's gonna be my equation then is y minus, y1 is how much?
5.
3.
Y
5.
minus, y1 is 5, equal to what?
3.
M is 3, right?
Yes.
Parentheses, x minus, how much is
1.
x1?
1.
1.
X minus 1, that's it. You see, that is my equation right there. Now, if I want to now, I can work out the equation a little bit. If nobody asks me to work it out, I'm done. But usually we do ask you to work it out, you see? Usually we do ask you to write y by itself, okay? We don't stop right here. We ask you to write y by itself. If you want to get y by itself, what you do? First, you're going
Add
to
5 to both sides.
Yeah, we're gonna move 5, but before we move 5, just to be a little bit organized, we're gonna distribute the 3.
Right.
3x.
Parentheses.
You get y minus 5 is equal to 3x minus how much?
3.
Minus 3, thank you. And then we add the 5, right? We add the 5, so we get y is equal to 3x plus 2.
Minus, yeah.
Okay?
Can you slide that down a little bit so I can?
Yeah, I'm sorry. All right. So this is the slope-intercept form. Now, which way is easier, you think? The old way or this way?
I like that one.
This way is better. I
This
feel like.
way.
This way is
Yeah.
better, but the only
It's
thing with
easier.
this way, if you have to memorize something, you have to memorize a formula, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's the only hick. The only hick with this one is you have to memorize a formula. But you know, how many of us will memorize a formula after 3 weeks, after 4 weeks, you know? But if you do memorize a formula, I agree with you. If you do memorize a formula, you don't have to solve nothing. You substitute, right? Okay. If you don't memorize a formula now, y equal mx plus b is better, okay?
Okay.
All right, so let me give you another one right here. So can I slide down?
Yes.
Yes. So let me give you another one using this one, but here we're gonna construct both of them. We're gonna construct them. We're gonna construct both methods. So we say use the 2 methods to find an equation of the line of slope equal to -5 passing through the point 2, -1. So we have the 2 stuff right here. First method is slope intercept form. The second method is a slope point form. And you're going to do both of them. So this one is y equal mx plus b. That is the one we did last week and today. And this one is y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. We do both of them, and I'll let you
All right.
Okay, so it just coincide with our break, right? So we're gonna take about like, some 5, 6, 7 minutes break and then come back, okay? Everybody.
Okay.
So I leave it like that.
Wait, how long he said?
So we're gonna come back about like 7:16.
Say it again. I didn't hear you.
I muted myself. I said we're gonna come back. It is 7:16. We're gonna come back about 7:22
Okay.
or 23, something like that.
Okay. 7:20.
All right, so I think you can resume. So the first method, right? The first method, the slope intercept form. So we know y equal mx plus b, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can somebody tell me what was their final answer? Y equal what?
I had,
-9.
I
Okay,
had
y
no-
equal negative 5x minus.
Oh, I have -5x plus 3. What?
Plus 3, right? Okay,
Yeah, but-
somebody else show. So the slope is, the m is -5. How much is the b? You got the b is 3.
+9. Oh.
no, I
B,
had,
how much you got?
I had -9.
I had
-9.
Oh, it's a
Yes.
negative +9.
I had +9.
Positive 9, -9. Okay, so let's check together, right? So you get y equals -5x plus b, right?
Yep.
So now we're going to use a point, right? This is an x, this is a y. So the x is 2, the y is -1. So we get -1 equal to -5
X.
times 2
Times 2, yeah.
plus b,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
So we get
Yeah.
-1 is equal to -10 plus b. Now what you get to
Yeah.
get b by itself? What should we do? We're gonna add,
Add 10 on both sides.
add
yeah,
10,
10.
right? On both sides. So we get cancel, so we get 9 is equal to b. So b is 9, right?
Yes.
So we get y equals at the end, -5x plus 9.
Oh, I didn't write it. I got you.
Yeah, you have to, you know, every time when you're done, you have to write what is the equation at the end, right?
Okay.
Yes.
Wait,
Yeah.
can you go back for a second?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So that is the first method. And if you do the second method and you do all the steps, we're going to find the same answer. So the second method says y minus y1. Who plays y1? Between the 2 and the -1, who plays y1?
2.
No,
Um,
-1.
One.
-1. You see, yes, the second number is y minus -1 is equal to m is a slope, which is -5, parentheses x minus 2. Okay? Now we distribute exactly as we did previously, so we get y plus 1 is equal to, you see, everybody see why it become plus here?
Because it's 2 negatives.
Exactly, exactly. It becomes a -5x plus 10. Now the last step to get y by itself, be -1 minus 1. So we get y equal to -5x plus 9. You see, same answer, right?
Wait a minute. Fast.
Exactly the same answer.
Let me see what I did wrong.
I got 11. Like y equals -5x plus 11.
Yeah, that is just a mistake, you know, this is a calculation mistake, okay? You got y minus 1 instead of y plus 1 on the left side. You see, and then you added 1 instead of subtracting. See, that is a mistake, and it happens, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
So can you break down that slope form one more time? I'm sorry.
The slope point form? Okay.
Yes.
So you see in red, you have the formula, right?
Yes.
We are ready to apply the formula, except that we have to know what plays what. In the formula, the players are m, x1, and y1, right?
Okay.
M is always a slope. So
Okay.
so we're going to substitute m with -5, right? And you see what we did here.
Yes.
And then these two numbers, the first number plays x1, the second number plays y1.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to substitute y1 on the left with -1, right?
Okay.
And we're going to substitute x1 on inside the parentheses with 2. Okay, and this is exactly what we did here at this stage, exactly what we did.
Okay.
Now,
Yes.
once you wrote it now, the remaining steps is just to break it down, right? You see, at first, I took -5, I distributed -5 inside the parentheses, right?
Mhm.
So -5 times x gives me -5x, right?
Yes,
And -5 times -2 becomes positive 10,
right.
right?
Negative, right, yes.
Yes. And then on the left, y minus -1 becomes y plus 1, right?
Okay,
So I need to get y by itself, so that's why I subtracted 1 on both sides, okay?
gotcha.
Next here, that's why, this one goes, and then
Cancel.
I get -5x plus 9. And when we compare the green result and the blue result, they are exactly the same, right?
Yes,
Again, I ask you the question again, if you had the choice, which method you gonna go with?
I would pick the y equals mx plus b.
Okay. Yeah, I
The
mean,
slope point form is easier, I think.
Yeah,
the slope poem form is easier in a sense. It easier, it's shorter, but then you have to memorize that one. And I think, in my teachings, the students, they do memorize more, they do memorize better the slope intercept for y equal mx plus b than y minus y1 equal. They do memorize the other one. Okay.
Okay.
Both of them works, and sometimes the direction tells you to use exactly one of them. Okay, so you have to follow that. All right, so now let's try to see if you have a word, some word, questions. I know in my open math, sometimes you have some word questions. We're gonna just do an example of that because we're gonna do like a bunch of them. All right.
Mhm.
Okay. So no, just like one example right here. Let's just take one example. All right. So obviously, word problems. We don't like word problems, right? I don't like word problems, but the math behind them is usually not very hard. Okay. But for some reasons, we don't like them. Okay. That's the truth. So. All right, so you see you have this one. The initial temperature room for a beverage is 70 degrees Fahrenheit, right? Which means initially, the coffee is 70 degrees Fahrenheit, hot, or something like that. When placed in a particular refrigerator, the beverage is expected to cool, right? That is just normal, by an average of 5 degrees per hour. Every hour, the temperature decreases how many degrees? 5, right?
Oh.
Express the temperature of the beverage, Y, after remaining in the refrigerator for X hours. You see, Y is our temperature, X is our time. All right? Identify the slope and the y-intercept and identify their meanings in the context of this problem, okay? You see, you read these words. This is very hard, because you have like 4 sentences, 5 sentences, but look at the math. Look at the math. Right here, if I do a small table like this, I put here, this is time, and this is the temperature, right?
Okay.
I need me a couple of data, that's it. Okay, I need me just a couple of data. Initially, what was the temperature of the beverage?
70.
70.
Degrees.
70 degrees, right? That is when the time is what? That is the initial time, right? Usually initial time is when time is equal what? What we call the initial time? When time is 0 hours, right? When we have 0 hours, initially my temperature is 70 degrees, right? Initial.
Yep.
For instance, after 1 hour, how much will be the temperature of the beverage, of the coffee?
65.
65. Everybody agree with that?
Oh.
Because of the
Oh, expected cool, the
cool
decrease.
down by an average of 5 degrees per hour, right? Okay. So 1 hour, the temperature becomes 65 degrees. Okay. Do I need to keep going? Because remember, when you need the equation of the, when you use the equation, when you need the equation of the line, how many points do you need? Do you need 5 points?
You need 2.
You just need 2, right? Do I have my 2 points?
Yeah.
I have them. Okay. So I'm done. So I have my 2 points. So I have just to find, you see, I have the 2 points, 0,70 and 1,65, right? You see? And from the 2 points, what can we find always? What can we find from 2 points always? We can find the
slope.
The slope. Exactly, the slope, right? So the slope here will be m. The slope m is equal to 65 minus 70 divided by 1 minus 0. Everybody agree with me?
Yes.
Which is -5 divided by 1, which is -5, right? That is the slope. Okay. Now I have my temperature is y, my time is x. So I have y equals mx plus b. Mx plus b. So m is -5, right? Is y equal -5x plus b. Now I'm going to use one of the points to get me the b. Which one is easier to use? The first one or the second one?
65.
This one is easier to use?
The first one, because it's 0.
The first one has a 0, right? And we love zeros, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not $0, but everything. we love 0.70, but we don't love $0, okay? So we have to plug in. We take the first one, which is 0.70. This is x, and this is y. So we get 70 is equal to -5 times 0 plus b. It says this is gone. This is 0, right? So we get b equal to 70. So what is my equation? Y equal -5x plus 70. It really does make sense. How much is the slope?
7.
The slope is -5. Remember, the slope is always a number next to the x, right? The slope is -5. So do you see something? Do you see a sentence that was telling you what was the slope before even we did the calculation? Do you see a sentence here?
The room temperature of the beverage is 70 degrees.
By an average of 5.
Exactly. Look at this sentence. Look at this one right here. Look at this sentence.
Oh, decrease the average.
Means negative. When you say decrease mean negative, the slope is negative, right? And how much it decrease? 5 per 1 hour, you see? The slope is hidden right there, okay? But when we did the calculation, we got it back, right? Okay, and the y-intercept, how much is y-intercept here?
70.
It's 70. It corresponds to the initial temperature, right? The y-intercept here corresponds to the temperature where it was 0 time, went down, okay? 70 is the initial temperature, okay? And that is, you see, all this word problem right here, it came down to find 2 points, right? And the 2 points were given to us exactly from the text. And after we got 2 points, now we just do what we did so far. Okay, so you have some word problems. You don't have a word problem on the quiz, but probably in the in the upcoming test, stuff like that. On my open math, you're gonna have maybe one word problem, something like that. Not two, not three, only only one to the maximum. All right.
Can you explain the 65 again? I'm sorry.
Okay, the 65 came from this right here. When placed in a particular refrigerator, the beverage is expected to cool down by an average of 5 Fahrenheit per hour, right? Okay. After 1 hour, you see, this is the time in the refrigerator. After 1 hour in the refrigerator, how much the beverage will cool down? By how much degrees?
5.
5 degrees. What was the initial temperature?
70.
70.
What is 70 minus 5?
Okay, yeah, I get it.
Exactly. See, no, we could have kept going. We could have kept going here. After 2 hours in the refrigerator, what's going to be the temperature?
60.
60.
Etc. etc. We can have got going, right? But we don't need to. We just need 2 points. This is why we stop right there. Okay, this concludes chapter 1. Okay, is a chapter 1. Basically, it was kind of review. This is how they said it. It was kind of review. But we learned how to graph the line, how to get the equation of the line, slope-intercept, slope-plane form, how to solve for y, etc., etc. We learned on that. Okay, that is the first chapter in 082. All right. The next chapter in 082 is this one right here, solving what you call systems of equations. Okay, solving systems of equations. So this is the next one right here. So let me answer it down. Yeah, so this is the first one. So I have to insert the chapter 2, which is systems of equations. This is chapter 2. Chapter 2.
Yeah.
Chapter 2.
Right.
Chapter 2. Systems of.
So the quiz is going to be based on chapter 1, right?
Only, yes.
Okay.
Systems of equations, and 2.1, it is solving systems by graphing. Okay. Solving systems by graphing. So basically in this section, we're gonna do a lot of graphings, okay? A lot of graphing of lines. Solving systems. Of equations by graphing. Okay, first of all, we have to define what do we call a system of equation. Okay, so for instance, when you have y equal 2x plus 1, that is one linear equation, right? Okay. That is only one linear equation. But when you have this, when you have y equals 2x plus 1 and, right, y equals 5x minus 2. These two are what you call, and we write them this way. We write this, we do this, and we write y equal 2x plus 1. We write y equals 5x minus 2. The brace hides the word and, right? At the same time, we want a y to be these two equations at the same time. This is a system of two linear equations, right? Okay, this is a system of two linear equations. This is an example, okay? This is an example of a system of two linear equations. Now we're gonna see how to solve this type of equations. We have two methods or three. The first method is the graphing method, right? So basically, you're gonna graph the first line, you're gonna graph the second line, and the intersection, if they do meet, where they meet is a solution, right? Okay, you graph the first line, you graph the second line. If they do meet, you have a solution. If they don't meet, you don't have a solution, okay? So that is the graphing. So by graphing here, you have three cases. Solving by graphing. We have three cases. The first case here is when the two lines, this is the first line, this is the second line, and they meet here. That way they meet, this is a solution, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we get one solution, okay? So the two lines exactly do meet at one place, okay? That is the first case. The second case here is when one of them is like this, and the other one is like this.
Ridiculous.
Will they ever meet?
No.
No.
How we call those lines? What is the word? How we call them? They are
Perpendicular?
Yeah.
not
Parallel.
perpendicular, but
Parallel.
parallel, exactly.
Very good. Whoever said parallel, good job.
If they are parallel, here, this is no solution. They are parallel. The third case here is when one of them is this, and by surprise, the other one happens to be exactly the same.
Mm.
You know, we didn't realize it, but when we graph them, we get exactly the same line. How many solutions we have here? How many times they meet if they are exactly the same?
Two?
Two.
One.
More than one, more than two. Infinity many times. They
Oh,
are exactly the same
infinity.
line, right?
Keep going on and on and on and on.
So we have infinity many solutions. So this is the first case one, case two, case three, right? Infinity many solutions. And the two lines are exactly identical, right? Here, they are identical here. But you know, identical lines. In the case one, case one and case three, the system is called consistent, right? The consistent system is a system that has solutions. Okay? And the case number two, the system is not consistent. That's the case one and case three. The case number two, system is not consistent. All right. Case one, case three, when we have solutions, the system is consistent. If you don't have solutions, the system is not consistent. All right. So now let's come back to our system, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Just about graphing. One example, the first example right here, solve by graphing. by graphing the system y equals 2x plus 1, 2x minus plus 1, and y equals 3x or 5x minus 2. Okay, so basically we're going to graph both lines, right? And then we see if they do meet or not. Since we want to graph both two lines, how many t-tables we need?
2.
We need 2 t-tables, right? The first one is y equals 2x plus 1, and another t-table, y equals 5x minus 2. Remember, the first time we met, we learned how to choose x and y, right? For each one of them, you manage to get 2 points, right? And then you're gonna see if they meet or not. Here we have to be accurate. You have to be as accurate as we can be, okay? So we graph this. We graph this like this, right? And then we try to be as accurate as we can be. So I'm gonna put some units in here. I have to be as accurate as I can be because I'm relying on my graph here to read the solution, right? If you're not very accurate, then it's going to be very hard for you to read the solution. All right. So tell me, somebody tells me which points you got for the first one, y equal 2x plus 1, which points you got? Very easy points, right? Can you tell me one first point you got?
-1.
-1 for x?
Oh, never mind.
You mean, so here I need some x value here, some y value, etc., right? Some easy points. Somebody got a couple of points to tell me? Remember, we have to choose x and choose x, find y, right? Or vice versa.
0 and 1.
Thank you very much. If we set x equals 0, how much is y? Y is 1. Thank you. You see, everybody see that? When you put here 0 here, when you put 2 times 0 plus 1, you get y equal to 1. So I have 0, 1. Another point. Can you give me another easy point? Another point that is easy.
Yeah. 1 and 2, x1, y2.
Yeah. If x is 1, then how much is y? Is it 2? Look, what you do? Yeah. You do 2 times 1 plus 1 is going to be 3. 1, 3, right? 1 here and 3 here. That is my second point here. So I got this, this. Oh. That is my first line. So y equal 2x plus 1.
Professor, I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Yes, go
I'm
ahead.
going to ask because I'm sure somebody is not asking. Where'd you get the 0 from? Looking
It is
at y equals 2x plus 1, how did you come up with 0?
That is a good question. The 0 is a choice.
Okay.
You see,
You
choose x equals 0 and you get the y. Obviously, why we chose 0? Because 0 is a nice number, right?
So you take 2 and then you put 0 where the x is, and then it's 2 times 0, which gives you 2.
No, which is 0.
Oh, I'm sorry, it gives you 0, and then plus 1 gives you 1. Okay, so
Exactly.
I got it.
But the 0 is a choice, and the 1 was, the one here, the next point, 1, 3, the 1 was a choice also.
Okay, all right.
See.
So okay, thank you.
Yeah, we have to choose 2 points, right? Obviously, since our intent is to graph, we have to choose some nice numbers. Nobody's going to choose x equals 17, you see? If you choose x equals 17, this is how much 17 is hard to put on the graph.
A lot of units.
A lot of units, exactly. That is why we choose, like, you know, some nice numbers, etc. Okay, go ahead. So can you give me a couple of points for the second one? Some easy points also. Some easy choices for X and Y.
How about 6 and 7?
You chose X equals 6, right?
Oh,
Okay. Okay, if you choose X equals 6, okay, that's
I'm
gonna
sorry,
allow
I
us.
thought we were still working on the other one. So we went to the second set.
Yes, the second set right here.
Okay.
So if you choose X equals 6, that's going to involve big numbers. Look,
Right,
when you
right,
do
right.
5 times 6, you already get 30, right?
Right. So you want to stay low.
Yeah, exactly. As low as we can, you know, some nice numbers, you know, X, for instance, X equal what? Why not 0? You see?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Well,
0 is always a good choice. You know, 0 is usually a good choice, right? X equals 0. How much is a Y?
-2.
-2. Now, do you see why is -2?
Yeah.
5 times 0 minus 2 is -2. We are here.
Right.
Okay, give me another cool choice.
I got X is 2 and Y is 8.
Okay, X is 2, Y is 8, right? Okay, so X is 2. When X is 2, Y is 5 times 2, which is 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. 2, 8. I have 2 here. And I have 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2, 8 is here. That is my next point. And then I just link them. I try to be as accurate as I can be, right? Do they meet somewhere?
No.
Do they meet somewhere? The 2 points, I
Yeah,
mean the 2 lines, the blue line.
It meets at the 3.
Okay, the 3 for what? The 3 for what variable? 3 for?
3 for Y.
They meet
For
here,
Y.
and this point
3
is,
1.
the Y is 3, and the X is how much?
1.
X is 1 right there, right?
Yeah.
But am I a computer? I am not a computer, right? Since I am not a computer, I cannot guarantee that my graph was 100% accurate, right? So the solution I read, I cannot say it is a definitively a solution until I check it, right? Because maybe my graph was not as accurate as I wanted it, right? So that is why we're gonna call this one a suggested solution, right? We're gonna call it suggested solution is the point 1,3. It is a suggestion, okay? And we have to check if this is a good solution or not, okay? Again, what is the reason again? What is the reason? We are not computers, right?
Right.
We cannot guarantee the accuracy, right? So my graph suggests to me they meet at 1,3, right? It is a suggestion. So I have to check that. I have to check that. I have to take that point and plug in that point in each equation to see if if the statement is true or not, right? So I have to check with the 2 equations. The first equation says y equal 2x minus 1. Takes the point 1,3. 1 represents what? An x, y represents 3, right? Replace here in the equation, replace x with 1 and y with 3 and see if you get the same thing, right? If I put here 1 here, 2 times 1 minus 1 is how much?
1.
2 times 1 minus 1. 2 times 1 is?
2. Minus 1, 1.
No, I mean, this was plus 1, you know, the equation was plus 1. It's y equal 2x plus 1. Right.
Yeah.
Is 2 minus 1 plus 2 times 1 plus 1 is how much?
3.
Is 3. You see? So do I have, so I put 1 here for X, I put 3 for Y, I get 3 equal 3. That is a check, okay?
Okay.
Are we gonna check with the second one? The second one was Y equal 5X minus 2, right? Go ahead, put your X here and put your Y and see if you get the same statement. If you get something equal to exactly the same. When you substitute X for 1, right here, when you put your 1, you get 5 times 1 minus 2. How much is that?
3.
Is 5 minus 2, which is 3, right?
Yeah.
So is 3 equal to 3 here? Or Y?
Yeah.
It's also true.
Yeah.
So my suggested point was actually a good solution, okay?
So if it's not a good solution, then if the suggested point is not a good solution, then what? Like, what would we do?
Then it means, it means usually the examples are nice, usually we try to manage to give you examples where the suggested solution is usually the good one. But if,
Okay.
if it is not a good one, it means my graph somewhere is wrong, right? Okay, then maybe I have to go back and see what went wrong with my graph, okay? But again, what is the math we did here? Besides checking the solution, what is the math we did?
Can you scroll down a little?
Graphing 2 lines. The math we did here is graphing 2 lines, right? Okay, so this brings us back to what chapter? Chapter 1, right? Okay, so we are still in this graphing business right here. So if you know how to graph the line, any line, if you know how to graph any line, this section is going to be a good section for you. Okay, if you know how to graph any line. Okay, if you don't know how to graph lines, so we have to review that section, how to get 2 points and how to graph the line, right? Okay, so other than that, we graph the line, it's going to give us some type of solution, okay? And then we check if the solution is good or not, right? We're going to check if the solution is good or not. So by the way, this class goes to what time?
8:20.
8:25.
Okay, let me see exactly. I'm not used to this time so much. So, okay, 8:25, all right. So, okay, do you see what we did? We graphed the lines, right? And then we tried to read the solution. So what we did. So now, let us give another one and everybody gonna try by yourself.
No.
I'm with her. Oh.
Okay, so right here, so we're gonna see. Okay, so let's try to see 6x minus 3y equal -9, solved by graphing.
Are you writing?
So solve by graphing 6x minus 3y equal to -9. That is the first equation. And the second line is 2x plus 2y equal -6. Look, now I will not impose to you any method. I will not tell you solve for y, etc. If you want, you can do that. All what you want here is get a couple of points for this one and get a couple of points for this one. That's all what you want. Get 2 points for this one, the first line, get 2 points for the second line and graph them. That's it. Again, if you want to get, what is the easy way to get a point? is to set a value for one variable and solve for the other one. That's the easy way to get a point. You set a value for one point, for one variable, and you solve for the other one. If you want to here, you can go ahead and solve for y if you want to, but it's not mandatory, okay? We just want to graph. All right, try to get 2 points. I'm gonna let you like 5 minutes to do that. All right. For each equation, I need me 2 points, whatever, they are, 2 good points, because I am planning to graph, right? I just want 2 nice points, And remember, the x equals 0, y equals 0 are very good choices, right?
0 and 3.
That's what
Okay, the first one. The
I got
first
0
one.
and 3.
Tell me, the first one. What choice you did for x here for the first one? Here. First equation, somebody.
0.
You said x equals 0, right?
Turn it down some stink, please. Turn it down a little bit.
And 3.
Okay. So if you set x equals 0 right here, everybody, so we're going to show the steps. If you set equals 0 for this one, you get 6 times 0 minus 3y equal to -9, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The 6 times 0 is 0, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So we get -3y is equal to -9. So what we do to get x, y by itself, we divide by
3.
3.
-3, right?
Yes, I am right.
So we get 9 equal 3. I mean, y equal 3. So we get y 0, 3. You see, that is a good point. That is a nice one. Another point, can you give me another point? Another
I
choice
got
for
1
x?
and 9.
1 and 9, yeah.
1
Okay,
and
let's
9.
say 9 right here. X equal 1, right? When x is equal 1 for the second choice, we get 6 times 1. We get 6 times 1 minus 3y is equal to negative 9. Okay? So 6 times 1 is 6, right? Get 6 equal to negative 3y minus 9. What you have to do? We subtract 6, right?
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, we don't have to do that this way. We can do easier. We can add 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier to add 9. Okay. So we get 15 is equal to negative 3y. And then we can divide by negative 3. When we divide by negative 3, we get y equal to 5. You see? So it's 1 and 5.
Okay.
So my 2 good points for the first one, 0, 3, 1, 5. You may have some different points. They have just to be correct, okay? They have just to be correct. If they are correct, yes, go ahead.
So I did something a little bit different for the second point. I mean, I got the same answer, but I did like 6 minus 3y equals negative 9, and then I just subtracted 6.
Yes, this is what you try to do. And then when you subtract 6, you have to move the 3y the other side, right? But at the end of the day, you get the same thing. You get the same number at the end, right? Okay. We just did it a short way, okay? Yeah. So, you may have some different points, but if your points are good, we will have at the end the same line, right? Okay. We will have the same line at the end. So let me graph it here. Graph here. So I do my graphing here. Right? Okay, so we have 0. The first one was 0, 1. So we have to do the units, okay? Some good units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, etc. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, etc. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Right? Okay. What is my first point? My first point was 0, 3, right? 0, 3. So I have my 0, 3. This is the first point. 0, 3, right here. And my second point was 1 and 5, right? My second point was 1, 5. My second point is 1, 5. I have 1 here. I have 5 here. So that is my line right there. That's it. All right. So that is my second point here. Okay, this is my first line. This is the first line right here. Now we go to the second line. Same thing. Somebody give me a couple of good points.
Always 0.
Okay. Okay, you chose x equals 0. Good, right? X equals 0. How much is y then? When x equals 0, how much is y? For
Negative
this one.
3.
Y is negative 3. You do 2 times 0 plus 2y equal to negative 6. You see, this is gone. So we divide by 2, so we get y equal negative 3. Thank you very much. So 0, negative 3. Another good choice.
1 and negative 4.
1 and negative 4. Thank you. So we say 1. When x is 1, we get 2 times 1 plus 2y is equal to -6, right? So we subtract 2. We subtract 2 right here, so we get 2y is equal to -8, and we divide by 2, we divide by 2, so we get y equal -4, right?
Well, that's what I got. Okay, cool.
1 -4. You see, again, I repeat again, you may have some different points, but even if you have different points, if all of us are correct, we will have the same lines, right? Okay, everybody can have their own points. So we have 0, -3. The first line is 0, -3, right? And this is 1, -4, right? 1, -4 is here. All right, so let me make sure 1, -4, 0, -3. Right, so we have what? So that is my line right here. The green one. Okay, I pay close attention to where they eventually meet, right? Okay. Everybody see that? So
Yeah.
can you tell us what is the suggested solution from where they meet? This point right here. What is the x here? What is the y here?
-2.
X is -2, and
Y is negative
-1.
-1. You see, my suggested solution is -2 for x, -1 for y. Now I have to check. I have to check that now. I have to check. What is my first equation? My first equation is 6x minus 3y equal -9. 6x minus 3y. Now I have to check. 6x minus 3y is equal to -9. Let me replace x with -2, y with -1, and see where if I substitute, I will get -9 on the right side. Okay? Let's do it together. Let's replace x with -2. We get 6 times, you see, you put your -2 here, and you will put -1. Let's see what you get. 6 times -2. Minus 3 times -1. Let's do the math. How much is 6 times -2?
Wow.
-12, right?
Yeah.
How much gives you minus 3 times -1 is +3, right?
+3, yeah.
Which end up to be -9, you see? Which is this one. So check. The second one was 2y. The second equation was 2x plus 2y equal -6. 2x plus 2y equal -6. Let's do the same. Let's replace x with -2, replace y with -1, and see how much we get, right? 2 times -2 plus 2 times -1. We're going to see if it's going to give us -6 or not, right? How much is 2 times -2?
-4.
-4. Plus 2 times -1. Is it -2?
-2.
So
Yes.
-4 minus 2 is -6. You see, which is exactly this one.
-6.
Let's check. So our suggested point was a good point, actually, right? You see, this works when we do a particular effort in having a good graph like that, right? Okay. If you don't, you know, on the test, if you do a test on this topic, I will put on the paper, I will put some, you know, some axes. Okay. If you don't have axes, if you decide to do it by yourself like that, you have to do some good axes, some good units. Okay. If you don't do good units, it's going to be very hard to have a solution like that. All right, so I think this is almost time. So when we come back next week, we will see another method to solve systems, okay? No with graphing. We're gonna see some other method to solve systems, okay? But for now, everybody focus on the quiz. It's gonna be available. Like I said, the quiz is gonna be available at 9 o'clock, but you have until Thursday noon to do it, okay?
Your office hours are tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, tomorrow, I have my office hours, but my daughter will have a surgery, right? Tomorrow. So I will go to the hospital with her. If I get time, if it is possible for me to be on Zoom, I will be on Zoom, right? If not possible for me to be on Zoom, you know, you can email me, okay?
Okay.
You can email me because, you know, I think the whole day I'm going to be there. See?
Okay.
Yeah. So you can email me. I will be checking my email because I have my cell phone with me, but I am not exactly sure if I will be able, if I will be in a situation to do the office hours. I will put some announcements on Blackboard, I mean on Brightspace for everybody to know, okay, or email everybody.
And you'll be
Right.
posting what we did tonight on YouTube.
Yes. I will, you know, it is recording as, you know, when we done the class, it's going to convert it, it's going to convert the file. When I go home, I will put it on Brightspace, just like what I did with the other ones. Okay?
Yeah. Is the other one still on there as well?
Yeah, they're on there. You know, if you go to the right here, you see, you're gonna see a Zoom session, you know, and you're gonna click on the link, right? You see, yeah, I mean, that's the only one we did, you see, together.
Right.
Okay, so I'm gonna post the new one in here. All right. Okay. All right, guys. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank
See you
you.
next week.
Thank
You know,
you.
if you have a question. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a good night.
Bye. Thank you very much.
All right.